go to the Dhamma Boga-ides. I go to the Sangha Boga-ides. Good evening and aloha. How are you doing today? It's November 18th, and thank you very much for joining in our daily Jodo service. And today's live streaming. And I apologize if the internet connection is really bad again. I hope today is better. And today I'm actually. How are you doing today? It's November. Oh yeah, it looks good so far. Yeah, today it's kind of raining, Kauai, and then thunderstorm is actually coming. And today, actually, I'm using Old Otsutome Book, and we have actually two Otsutome. This is a service order book, and the one is published in 1978, and another one is published in commemoration of the 800th grand anniversary of our Honen Shonin founder, and after 2013. And especially since this was published, I use this book a lot every day, and then this is actually great translation, new translation. And however, we do have many Otsutome book, and this actually the condition is very good, and it's kind of mottainai, that I don't use, and because we have so many, and especially at Jodo Mission of Hawaii, we actually had many books, but many books were furnished at the temple. But as time passed by, since 1978, people brought home, and some books were very condition were burned, and some books were disappeared, and we didn't have many books. And just before this publication of New Otsutome, the Fisher family donated, republication of Otsutome Book, and there are so many, and it was too bad that we couldn't use Otsutome, but I'm using actually from time to time this Old Otsutome, because this has one of my favorite sutras called Komyo Tandokusho. It's a kind of one of my favorite passage of Infinite Light Muryo Jukyo Sutra. So I'm using, and then from time to time I want to use this Otsutome, and this is actually very meaningful to read different translation. So when I chant, Jodoshu service, I have actually four ways. One is actually traditional chanting, that is Japanese onyomi, on reading. It's actually the Chinese way of sutra chanting. So starting with Koge, we chant like this. Ganga Shinjo Nyokoro. This is a very traditional, and this is a set phrase. So we have 7,000 Jodoshu temples, at every temple we chant same way, and there is no other way. So Ganga Shinjo Nyokoro is like a set phrase at every temple. However, we do have a Japanese way. It's a traditional Japanese way called Kakikudashi. This is to read Chinese characters according to Japanese understanding. So Ganga Shinjo Nyokoro can be read as Negawaku wa wagami kiyoki koto kooro no gotoku. Negawaku wa waga kokoro chie no hi no gotoku. Nennen ni kaito joto no ko o takimatsurite. Jippo sanze no mi hotoke ni kuyo o shitatemasu. So this is a Japanese way of reading, Chinese characters. And then we have modern Japanese. So this is my translation of modern Japanese is ど どうか私の体が香炉のようにきれいになりますように。So this is actually Japanese, modern Japanese. So you can read it either traditional way, traditional Japanese style, and modern Japanese style, and in English. And in English, we have, different translations. So I aspire for my body to be as pure as an incense burner is actually what I read every day. So, but we have to be very careful because once we are very accustomed to reading the certain way, we actually chant sutra very easily without thinking of the meanings. And without being mindful of the meaning, we sometimes chant because we are so accustomed to reading this way, right? So this is like a machine. The sutras we can do without thinking easily, right? However, the meanings in many cases we forget about and we cannot be mindful of that meaning. But from time to time, by using a different translation or by reading in a different way, we can be mindful of the meaning. And so it's very meaningful to read a different version of the translations from time to time. So today I'm using this Old Otsutome Book and I read, different translation. So Koge is read as like, as I offer this incense, I pray that my body will be as pure as the incense. As I offer this incense, I pray that my mind will be as brilliant as the light of wisdom. I now offer this incense to gain tranquility, harmony of mind and body, and to dedicate myself to serve past, present, and the future Buddhas in the universe, in the whole universe. So this way, we use different translations, then we are sometimes very mindful of that meaning because this is different. So from now on, I want to sometimes use this Otsutome Book. And today, because between Fisher family of Jodo Mission Hawaii donated, this republication copy of this Otsutome Book, many books, and we still have many books at the between Jodo Mission of Hawaii. And then, so today I want to dedicate this service to Mrs. Toshiko Higa. Mrs. Toshiko Higa, thank you very much for donation of this Otsutome Book. Also, right after this republication of this book, we have this new Otsutome Book, but I'm using this one. So from time to time, I want to use this Otsutome Book too. So once again, thank you very much for joining. 願わくは我が身清きこと心のごとく、願わくは我が心知恵の火のごとく、 年々に海と浄土の子を焚き祭りて十方三世の御仏に供養したて祭る。As I offer this incense, I pray that my body will be as pure as the incense. As I offer this incense, I pray that my mind will be as brilliant as the light of wisdom. I now offer this incense to gain tranquility, harmony of mind and body, and to dedicate myself to serve past, present, and future Buddhas in the whole universe. 一心に敬って十方崩壊に成就する仏を来したて祭る。一心に敬って十方崩壊に成就する法来したて祭る。一心に敬って十方崩壊に成就する総来したて祭る。Reverently, I adore the Buddhas who dwell in the unlimited and endless universe. Reverently, I adore the Buddha's teachings which live eternally in the universe. Reverently, I adore the Buddha's disciples who manifest his teachings in the universe. 生じたて祭る乱せ尊道場にいらせたまえ。生じたて祭る釈迦如来道場にいらせたまえ。生じたて祭る十方如来道場にいらせたまえ。O Amida Buddha, the exalted one, may I enter thy presence in this holy place. O Shakyamuni Buddha, the enlightened one, may I enter thy presence in this holy place. O all Tathagatas of the universe, may I enter thy presence in this holy place. 我昔より作るところのもろもろの悪業は皆虫の頓人地による真言より生ずるところなり。一切我今皆参下したて祭る。All the evil karma ever accumulated by me in the past, which I realize is derived from my inherent greed, anger, and ignorance. Whatsoever born of my body, words, and thoughts, I now make full confession of them wholeheartedly to the everlasting compassion of Amida Buddha. All the evil karma ever accumulated by me in the past, which I realize is derived from my inherent greed, anger, and ignorance. Whatsoever born of my body, words, and thoughts, I now make full confession of them wholeheartedly to the everlasting compassion of Amida Buddha. 10年ナムアミダブナムアミダブナムアミダブナムアミダブナムアミダブナムアミダブナムアミダブムアミダブナムアミダブツナムアミダブ。 無常人人未妙の法は百千万号にも愛をことかたし我今検問し従事することを得たり願わくは如来の真実義を下し立て祭らん。Hard it is to meet with the ultimate and profound teaching of the truth, even though I seek for an incredible long period of time. I now fortunately hear and receive it. May I understand this profound teaching of the Tathagata through my devoted effort. Hard it is to meet with the ultimate and profound teaching of the truth, even though I seek for an incredible long period of time. I now fortunately hear and receive it. May I understand this profound teaching of the Tathagata through my devoted effort. 仏の時たも阿弥陀如来光明単独書仏阿難に告げたまわく無量寿仏の偉人光明は最尊第一にして諸仏の光明もよく及ばざるところなりあるいは仏光あり百仏世界あるいは千仏世界を照らすよう取りてこれをいわばすなわち逃亡豪者の仏説を照らす南西北方四唯上下もまたまた格のごとしあるいは仏光あり七尺を照らしあるいは一油順二三四五油順を照らす格のごとく転売してないし一仏節道を照らすこのゆえに無量寿仏をば無量好物無変好物無下好物無体好物縁能好物清浄好物歓喜好物知恵好物普段好物汝好物無償好物超日学好物と合し立て祭るそれ史上ありてこの光に合う者は三苦消滅し真に入難なり歓喜予約して全身生ずもし三図言句のところにありてこの光明を見立て祭らば皆苦足を得てまた苦悩なく重々の後皆下脱を被る無量寿仏の光明を見学にして実法を商用し諸仏の国土に聞こえずということなしただ我今その光明を称するのみにあらず一切の諸仏正門円学もろもろの菩薩種もことごとく共に誕生したもうことまたまた格のごとしもし史上ありてその光明の偉人功徳を聞きて日夜に小絶して心不断ならば心の諸願に従いてその国に生ずることを得てもろもろの菩薩正門大師のために共に誕生してその功徳を称せられんその思考して後仏道を売る時に至りてあまねく実法の諸仏菩薩のためにその光明を誕ぜられんことまた今のごとくならん仏の玉枠我無量寿仏の光明偉人の義義主妙なるを説くこと昼夜一行すともなお未だ尽くすことあたわじPage 20. Komyo Tandokusho. The Adoration of Amida Buddha. Shakyamuni Buddha told Ananda, the light that issues from Amida Buddha is immeasurable and bright. It outshines all others, and none is comparable to him. His light shines over 100 Buddha lands, or 1,000 Buddha lands. To be brief, it illuminates the Buddha lands of the East, which are as countless as the sands of the river Ganges. It is the same with the lands in the south, west, and north, and four corners and the knees and the nadir. It also illuminates a 7-foot space, as well as a space equal to 1 yojana, or 2, 3, 4, or 5 yojanas. Thus, the brightness reaches many 100,000 Buddha lands and lights up a whole universe. Hence, O Ananda, for that reason, Amida Buddha is also called in adoration the Buddha of infinite light, the Buddha of boundless light, the Buddha of unhindered light, the Buddha of incomparable light, the Buddha of burning light, the Buddha of pure light, the Buddha of delightful light, the Buddha of wisdom's light, the Buddha of incessant light, the Buddha of inconceivable light, the Buddha of indescribable light, the Buddha whose light surpasses the sun and the full moon. Anyone who enters into this light of the Amida Buddha will be cleansed of the 3 defilements: greed, anger, and ignorance. His body and mind will soften and feel relaxed. His heart will rejoice in happiness, thereby producing the pleasure of good disposition. Should anyone come across this light in the 3 nether realm, where only pain and despair reign, he will be relieved of agony and obtain rest and repose. When he ends his life, enlightenment will be bestowed upon him. The light of the Amida Buddha is bright and splendid, and it shines over the whole universe. There is no land not shone upon by his light. As I now adore his light, so all the Buddhas, Shravakas, Pratyeka Buddhas, and Bodhisattvas adore him. If anyone, on hearing of the great virtues of his light, recite his name day and night, continuously and sincerely in his heart, he will naturally be received into the pure land of Amida Buddha as he wishes. And then the merit of his exercise will be highly adored by all the Bodhisattvas, Shravakas, and others in the Pure Land. As I do now, when he finally attains Buddhahood, his light will also be highly praised by all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas of the universe alike. Shakyamuni Buddha continued with these words: even though I adore the magnificence and wonder of the Amida Buddha's light for countless days and nights, I may not be able to describe him well. Mida no Honzeige wa gokuraku no yomon nari, 上山等しくへこして速やかに無償心を昇仙。The original sacred vows of Amida Buddha are the only and essential path to be born into the Pure Land. May I devote my heart and mind to his teaching, so that I myself may attain to the state of Nirvana. 10年。ナムアミダムナムアミダムナムアミダムナムアミダムナムアミダムナムアミダムナムアミダムムアミダナムアミダブツナムアミダブ。ご法語18章。慎み敬って拝読し立てまつる。 元祖大師ご法語第18章。現世をすぐべきようは念仏の申されん方によりてすぐべし、念仏の触りになりぬべからん言葉、いといすべし、一緒にて申されずば修行して申すべし、修行して申されずば一緒に従して申すべし、ひじりて申されずば在家になりて申すべし、在家にて申されずば頓世して申すべし、一人こもりて申されずば同業と偶行して申すべし、偶行して申されずば一人こもりて申すべし、餌食かなわずして申されずば他人に助けられて申すべし、他人の助けにて申されずば自力にて申すべし、祭祀も従類も自身を助けられて念仏申さんためなり、念仏の触りになるべくは夢持つべからず、処置所領も念仏の助語ならば大切なり、妨げにならば持つべからず、総じてこれをいわば自身安穏にして念仏往生、遂げんがためには何事も皆念仏の助語なり、三途に帰るべきことをする身をだにも捨てがたければ、帰りみ育むぞかし、まして往生すべき念仏も三身をばいかにも育みもてなすべし、念仏の助語ならずして根性のために身を頓具するは三悪道の業となる。往生極楽のために自身を頓具するは往生の助語となるなり。何なんだ。Teachings of Honen Shonin, Day 18, Tranquility of the Heart. To live this life means to create the manner in which one is able to recite Nenbutsu in a natural way. Anything that impedes that recitation should be lost and abandoned. If staying in one place makes the vocal Nenbutsu impossible, go on a pilgrimage and practice Nenbutsu. Contrarily, if Nenbutsu is difficult on a pilgrimage, stay in one place and practice Nenbutsu. If one cannot observe Nenbutsu as a monk, one should observe it as a non-cleric. One should observe it as a non-cleric. And if practice is impossible in the secular world, one should renounce that world to live in seclusion to perform Nenbutsu. If the practice of Nenbutsu in seclusion is impossible, practice it with other Nenbutsu devotees. Conversely, if practice with other devotees is impossible, recite in seclusion. If poverty hampers the recitation, seek help and exercise Nenbutsu. If the practice of Nenbutsu is impossible in spite of help, depend on your own resources to repeat Nenbutsu. Life with family and attendants makes practice Nenbutsu easier. However, if kinship becomes a hindrance, one should abandon family and attendants. If wealth and poverty become auxiliary assets in support of Nenbutsu, they are variable. If they become a hindrance, one should renounce them. In short, if all acts and conditions mentioned above truly promote the recitation of Nenbutsu with a tranquil heart, they are regarded as auxiliary elements for the practice of Nenbutsu. If a man destined for return to the three evil worlds of hell, starving spirits, and the beast in his future life, does not desire to forsake his physical self, he should instead nurture it. If you recite Nenbutsu to attain birth in the Pure Land, you should nurture and take care of you physical selves that much more. If your lifestyle is a deterrent in the cultivation of the auxiliary elements for Nenbutsu, and if you waste away your precious life for meaningless pleasures in this world, there will be the cause of you fall into the three evil worlds. To attain birth in the land of ultimate bliss and to design one's lifestyle in order to meet that goal, they indeed become the auxiliary conditions for Ojo.
如来の光明は招く十方の世界を照らして念仏の主情を摂取して捨てたまわず。
May the light of Amida Buddha illuminate the whole world so that everyone who calls upon his name may be saved and never be forsaken.
ナムアミダブナムアミダナムアミダブナムアミダブナムア
Egami, merit transferring for the deceased. With the practice of this meritorious chanting of sutras and the holy name, may we dedicate ourselves to repay what we owe to our parents and predecessors who have done all they could for our sake. May we earnestly pray that those who are living shall continue to rejoice in their happy and prosperous lives forever, while those who are not living anymore shall be released from suffering and be born into the land of eternal bliss. May we also pray that our beloved one will be born into Amida Buddha's land and have the boundless blessings. Merit transferring for the deceased. With the practice of this meritorious chanting of Sutra and the holy name, may we dedicate ourselves to repay what we owe to our parents and predecessors who have done all they could for our sake. May we earnestly pray that those who are living shall continue to rejoice in their happy and prosperous lives forever, while those who are not living anymore shall be released from suffering and be born into the land of eternal bliss. May we also pray that our beloved ones will be born into the Amida Buddha's land and have the boundless blessing.
願に上来諸種功徳開出へここに弔うところの奨励はミセス日が年子ミセス日が年子追善増上菩提のためにナムアミダブナムアミダブナムアミダブナムアミダブナムアミダブナムアミダブナムアミダブナムアミダブナムアミダブチュナムアミダブ戦死病も長男をし三害番で運縁ないし崩壊平等利益願わくはこの功徳をもって平等一切に施し同じく菩提心を起こして安楽国に往生せん。
Through the virtue of calling on his name incessantly, may we all together be awakened in Buddha's mind, sharing the boundless blessing with all others. May we walk the holy path that leads to the Pure Land. Through the virtue of calling on his name incessantly, may we all together be awakened in Buddha's mind, sharing the boundless blessing with all others. May we walk the holy path that leads to the Pure Land. 10年。ナムアミダブナムアミダブナムアミダブナムアミダブナムアミダブナムアミダブナムアミダブムアミダナムアミダブチュナムアミダブ Four vows of the Bodhisattvas. However innumerable sentient beings are, I earnestly aspire to enlighten them all. However inexhaustible our delusions are, I earnestly aspire to extinguish them all. However immeasurable the Buddha's teachings are, I earnestly aspire to comprehend them all. However incomparable the enlightened mind is, I earnestly aspire to attain it by all means. I sincerely wish to share the blessing with all beings, striving together to be born into the Pure Land and to follow the Buddha's way to the ultimate goal. Sanborai.
Namu Amida
May I now entreat all Buddhas to return to their Pure Lands, showing my heartiest gratitude with the offering of fragrant flowers. I earnestly seek for thy guidance and protection in the light of compassion. I am determined to walk the holy path with all others. May I now entreat all Buddhas to return to their Pure Lands, showing my heartiest gratitude with the offering of fragrant flowers. I earnestly seek for thy guidance and protection in the light of compassion. I am determined to walk the holy path with all others. 10年。
ナムアミダブナムアミダブナムアミダブナムアミダブナムアミダブナムアミダブナムアミダブナムアミダナムアミダブツナムアミダブ
ありがとうございます。Thank you very much for joining in our daily service. また感染が拡大しているようでございます。どうか皆さんお気をつけてください。I pray for your safety and good health. ナムアミダ仏。Thank you very much and aloha.